Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are at Miller Motorcars Ferrari in Connecticut, Greenwich, Connecticut, in the basement. And right in front of me here is an incredible Ferrari F12 TDF, the very first one that I believe I have seen. It looks beautiful in Ferrari red. Man, what a cool car. Comment below if you know how many TDFs were made. Or if you want to take it further, how many are in the US versus in Europe and also other countries. Front engine 6.3 liter V12. It's a 6.3, right? The is it 6.3 or 6.5? I think the 6.5 came with the 812 Superfast, but I could be wrong. Check out the wheels and tires, carbon ceramic brakes, black calipers, silver wheels, Michelin Pilot sport tires, probably Cup 2s. I love the back of this, the vents here, and then the titanium fuel cap. That looks so cool. Just look at that. Beautiful. Great looking exhaust. I mean, the Italians really do know how to design a car. Offset's pretty good. Factory quad exhaust tips, your traditional round taillights. Which reminds me, speaking of taillights, I think it's time Corvette goes back to the round taillights. I think that's one of the major flaws with the new C8 Corvette. It looks too much like a Camaro from the back. I think they need to go back to those round taillights. I mean, who doesn't love round taillights? We've got a beautiful, oh, and a Monza SP2, the two-seater. And there's a LaFerrari. We have a Pista right here, Pista Spider. What are you taking, Pista Spider or F12 TDF? Or Monza, or LaFerrari, or AMG GT Black Series? And on the other side of that, we have a Ferrari F40 and an F50, and an SF90 Stradale, and another LaFerrari. Man, that is so sweet. I love the blue calipers, like the wheels. 275/21s up front. Not sure what the rear size is, probably at least a 305, I would guess. Monza SP2. Beautiful seats, love the blue belts. Look at that cockpit. And I love the touch of the rear view mirror right there. I guess there's really nowhere else to put it, right? I mean, you can't hang it from the roof that doesn't exist. I admit, I'm not as much into the Spiders and the Roadsters as I like hardtop track cars. I'm not as much into these. But granted, I've never driven one. I'm sure it's an amazing experience to drive one of these cars. But I like old school hardtop, manual transmission, gated shifter. I mean, who doesn't love the gated shifter? Why don't they bring that back in limited spec? I mean, performance isn't everything. Every car is fast now, pretty much. So let's do a limited edition stick shift, man. Come on, Ferrari, bring it back. You could sell them for crazy numbers. Monza SP2 F12 TDF, pretty menacing. What do you think of the wheels on the Monza here? And there's the headlights. You see the carbon fiber there in the middle. There's our Ferrari badge. It's a pretty long hood. Yeah, I'd drive it. I'd think about it. What's cool about this, too, is most people are not going to know what it is until they see the Ferrari badge. Oh, look at LaFerrari. I would take the LaFerrari. You've got the V12 and the electric motor. These are just nasty. They sound incredible. Beautiful wheels. Look at those big carbon ceramics. Michelin Pilot sport tires. I love This one is covered up too. Seat cover, steering wheel cover. It's that beautiful V12 in the back. Again, we have round tail lights, signature Ferrari, and the quad exhaust. Quad exhaust on the Monza as well, and on the F12 TDF. I'm really digging the F12 TDF in red. I think that maybe I'm kind of old school. I like red Ferraris, especially with limited editions and classic Ferraris. Sports seats in dark blue leather and the bright blue belts. And the SP1 is just a single-seater. SP2 is a two-seater. I think you got to go with the two-seater, right? I mean, good. That's a beautiful profile shot. Perfect profile of the F12. Just right. Not a bad angle on that car. I like the looks of the F12 more than the 812, to be honest. I think it's a better looking car. And they're still decent. They haven't gone crazy yet, but they will go crazy. I look at those mirrors. I love the mirrors in the front of that. And a 458 naturally aspirated. A black one too. Look at that. These are still decent too, but I mean, eventually, like, especially if everything does go electric, God forbid, these cars are going to be so expensive on the used market. The market's just been bananas in general. Hopefully we get some relief. I mean, it is, obviously it's a rich man's game to begin with, but still, I mean, it has just been bananas over the last few years. Back of the 458, and this has the triple exhaust right above the diffuser there. Good looking wheels and tires. Pretty decent offset from the factory. This is the first Ferrari, I believe, the first mid-engine Ferrari with a double clutch. The first P0 tires on this. There's the Pininfarina badge. The first Ferrari with the double clutch was the California. And you know, even that the original California is growing on me. I saw one in silver the other day, and it looked pretty damn good. I think that it's underrated. A lot of people hate on them and say, oh, it's not a real Ferrari, you know, but it's cool you could get it in naturally aspirated. They did make a handful, literally a handful of those in stick shift, so I imagine in the future a naturally aspirated early model California stick shift will be worth a lot of money. So what are you going? Are you going 458 in black or 458 in dark red? And I don't know the name of this red. I know the black is Nero. I know that the standard red is Rosso Corso. I don't know the name of this color. So comment below if you know the name of this color. It's a dark, deep red. Almost a maroon, but I guess something like that. And we have our standard, the F8 right behind it. Beside it is Rosso Corso red. It's crazy that these are like the standard cars in here, the 458, the F8. You know, there's a California in here. I mean, compared to the problem is too, you spend so much time around these cars, they start making really nice cars look like cheap cars, if you know what I'm saying. Like after spending time in this garage and spending time in McLaren next door, then if you go look at BMWs or Mercedes or Audis, they look like Hondas. And I mean, not to knock any of those. I drive a Honda, I have a Honda and a Nissan, so I'm not knocking any of those cars, but it definitely has an effect on you when you're around these cars a lot. And you go to all the shows. But I am liking this color. Let's see. I guess if you want to go back and pause it right when I get to that sticker window or Windows sheet, whatever it is, you can see the color of the car. forgot to look. And granted, this was a while ago. This was a year ago when I shot this. I've got so much footage to go through. Beautiful blue, beautiful deep blue. Is that a TDF blue, or is that a little darker than TDF? Grigio. Oh, I love that with the red interior. That's great. All right, guys, like and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.